version of the Sun Bear Assembly. We have a lot to get through. Let's get started. Word of the week. Next week you will get to see Mr. Job if we have time. So, the winner this week is Dragon Mouse. Congratulations, Grade 11, the effulgence of the moon among the galaxy is splendor. Okay. And the winner for middle school is Phoenix. Congratulations, Phoenix. The effulgence of the sun is overpowering. If you have time, go to the EAL office and pick your prize up. Next sentence. Oh, sorry. Next word of the week is versatile. Okay. Okay, Mia.
Hi guys, I'm Mia, and a quick reminder to seniors and juniors, we have a big fair, virtual fair coming up this Sunday, October 2nd.
So, is there is a water on planet Mars?
I think there was evidence.
There is evidence?
Yes.
There was water on Mars? Okay, so and where is water is located?
On the North Pole.
On the North Pole? Okay. And yes, Carrie, what do you would like to share with us?
I'd like to share with you about mountains on Mars.
Okay.
There's lots of mountains on Mars, but they are inactive.
They are inactive. So these are like volcanic mountains, right? And they are inactive. Okay. Is there any famous mountain over there?
Yes, the most well-known one is Olympus Mount.
Okay, Olympus Mount. And so what is the main feature of Olympus?
Olympus is the most largest volcanoes in the solar system.
Okay, it is the highest one, okay?
Compared to Mount Everest.
Okay, very good.
It's 3 times larger.
Okay, higher, yeah, 3 times higher than the Mount Everest. Mount Everest is very high, right? Alright, can we all come together, please? Alright. Come together, okay, so here we have Marsonaut, alright? God is Marsonaut here. But what you will explain? You will explain about the atmosphere of Mars, right? Okay, so what are the gases in the Mars?
It is 96%.
Because of the limited time, so we just had to cut the video. If you got interested, please contact Ms. Bigfoot for the full video. And now we gotta move to our high school project where our high school students, based on the UN global goals to build an inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable city.
So hi guys, so we're coming from Miss Digba Environmental Science class, and our goal is number 11 from the United Nations, which is building an inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable city. So did you know that in 2018, 24% of the population live in slums? These high-density areas usually are more disaster, disease. They usually lack of education, sanitation, and other resources to have a healthy life. Therefore, we have designed a city to target this problem. We have designed a mid-density city. We have more houses and less apartments.
Okay, so did you know that there are like 47% of the population lives within 400 meters? That literally means every time you walk for 400 meters, you went through 47, like nearly 50% of population in high-density cities such as New York City, which is about 10 million people over there. And therefore, it's going to lead to the distance of walking and lead to a lot of issues going on, like traffic jams or about the disease. Well, in the circumstance when COVID-19 is going on, we try to design our model like this, which is we're gonna spread the buildings. We follow the content that more houses, less building. Well, this is our model, and we calculate that there's gonna be 4 people for each houses, and they're going to be 12 for each building. And as you can see, we spread the areas out, so we're following the mid-density and trying to develop the sustainable cities like the UN goals. And another important aspect to combine into the very important sustainable cities is lifestyle. Welcome, lifestyle.
Sorry, just 1 minute. Keeping in mind that we are in the COVID-19 pandemic, and there will also be pandemics in the future. Therefore, imagine this: if one person got the virus, the whole apartment will get quarantined. Therefore, our city have very few buildings and more houses to prevent this problem. And coming up is lifestyle.
Hi guys, so my name is Jenny, and now we come from our environmental science class, and now we would like to share about our model buildings, which is school, hospital, the park, police, and fire department. So first, I want to jump up about the school. So we want to equip the staff and students to have the modern facility, and also we would like to include the most important element is the school space and more greenery atmosphere. Also, we want to make sure that school equipped with safe hygiene and that will meet the regulation. And now I will move to the hospital. And from our model, this is the biggest hospital, and it is a local hospital. And we want to provide enough materials for patient and staff. And also we would like to create more open space and greenery atmosphere. And also right now there is about more than billion people are lack of water, drinking, sanitation. And to be more specific, there are 2.2 billion people who lacking safely drinking water, and 4.2 billion people who lack managed safely sanitation. And cities where we maintain the goal for sustainable. We tried our best to keep the park, green spaces, and tall trees in the cities. And next is Kevin to talk about a McLaren train.
You show him here. You give him. I'm just pointing so that he can explain.
So this is the magnet train. So you're wondering like how this is the model of the magnet train. You're wondering how this works. There are magnets on the rails of the train, and there are magnets underneath the train too. So for example, it would look like this. And if I lean over here, it will go over here. The needle over here will go over here. So the magnet train does not use any fossil fuels. It uses electricity to run, and then the magnets to stay afloat. It also, because it has magnets, it doesn't have wheels, so it will lessen the noise pollution levels. These rails are here to keep the train in place, so it doesn't flip over. You don't want trains flipping over, unless you're in an action movie.
So the maglev train is for long distance transportations. Like we can go city to city or provinces to provinces. So that is our solutions for this project. I think the feasibility of this project is really high, and I think we should encourage to build cities like this in the future. Next up is the resources group.
So, hi guys. My classmate have talked about the city, and now I will talk about the countryside. So, I'm from the resources group, and we have learned on biomass, wind energy, and food. So the first one is biomass. So biomass means we will use the plant or animal to create the energy for industrial. And as you see here, we have green farms so that we can plant trees, so that we will use the tree to make the bioenergy for the industrial. And the second thing is the wind energy. We design some windmills, and we will use the windmills to create the electricity for the city over here. And now, as you know that human cannot live more than 3 days without water, so we also created a dam to restore the water to supply the whole city. And the last one is food. Food is one of the most important supply for the human lives. So from my group, we also design a greenhouse and a farms. We can plant trees, and we can have some animal. And you know that the food must be healthy and economical. Economical means it's cheap and everyone can afford it. So we also have the supermarket here, so that everybody can come to the supermarket to buy food. Thank you. Happy Friday.
So that concludes our project presentations. Thank you guys for listening, and we also want to give a special thanks to Mr. Nick Swenson who give us a lot of advice and sharing his expertise and experience. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much to Ms. Deepa's classes. Sorry to rush you. Sometimes in show business, you just have to kind of speed things up. We hope to make some logistical adjustments, and we'll eventually get our flow with all of this, but you guys did a great job dealing with the time. Thank you for that. And everyone have a very good Friday, and we'll see you next time.
Pretty good.
Also, someone turned the microphone off. I don't know how long that happened. Just kidding? Okay.
There's light.
All right. Welcome to the Sun Bear Assembly Middle School. Let's get started. Word of the week, we have Mr. Chum to come up and present.
Morning, guys. Here I am with Word of Weeks. So the winning house is the Dragon by 1 point. Congrats, the Dragons. And for the high school winner is Nguyễn Đức Lương, I guess, grade 11. And for middle school is Phoenix Nguyễn Võ, grade 6. Please come to room 304 to collect your prizes after school, please. In break, please. And the next word of the week is versatile. And the leading house is the Lion. Please submit your sentences. Have a good weekend. Thank you very much.
Next, we're going to invite Mia up to talk about, your middle school. If you are interested, there's going to be a virtual fair. You can follow the directions. You can wait on that one. So just a reminder, everybody, no cell phones in school. That doesn't mean just in the classroom. It means after the bell is ring at the end of the day and you go out, you still need to keep that in your pocket until you go off campus. So please make sure you have your cell phones tucked away. All right, I want to talk a little bit about mask wearing. So, as you know, the rule still stands that anywhere outside of the classroom you need to be wearing a mask. This is a rule that we are supposed to implement by the government and has not been changed yet. So, when you are in the hallway, make sure to wear your mask to prevent the spread of the coronavirus and other viruses. We do have students and staff that have respiratory symptoms right now, which means sick. It could just be a cold, but that's why we wear the masks, just to be safe. Try to be the one that believes in science. This is how you properly wear it, up here in the corner. Active World Challenge is still active. If you haven't joined in yet, make sure you join in. Go on the student bulletin and sign up for your daily login. Let us know how many kilometers you got on that day, and it will populate into a big spreadsheet. And at the end of the contest, we finish up in October. We'll take a look at those top winners and we'll be awarding some prizes. Our goal as a school is to try to walk to our sister school in Hyderabad, India. So log on and make sure you're recording your steps and your family's steps every day. A library update, and for that we turn to Ms. Hiromi.
Good morning, middle school. So I have some library updates for you guys. So the library has just created a website that the student can access from their laptop or their tablet. And there will be a lot of great things on the website, such as reference service, where you can search for any kinds of information that are through really reliable website. Current events were written by the librarians that talks a lot about the events around the world and the news mostly. And there's a session for student and for teacher. And I want to point out, especially for students, it's a lot of great study tips. And for the middle schooler, the more you grow, things in school can get really hard to organize and handle. So Mr. Shiu creates a lot of good tips, like how to use Google Keep to keep track of your work, or Google Calendar, or how to write an email to your teachers, and a lot of other handy tips. And next will be a book recommendation video from Mr. Rob. So.
Hello there, I'm Mr. Rob, and I'd like to introduce a book for everybody today. This is In the Shadow of the Banyan by Vedi Ratner. This is a book that I had suggested the library buy, and it's one of my favorites. And I'd like to recommend that you check it out. It's in a special display right now in the library. I thought that students here might be especially interested in it because it's about neighboring Cambodia and life during the time of the Khmer Rouge. There's some mention of the Vietnamese army at the end of it and the liberation of Cambodia. It follows a little girl who was part of a royal family in Phnom Penh, and what their life was like after the Khmer Rouge takeover, and during the time of the years where they lived in different kinds of camps, and what it was like when that all ended. It's based on her life story. It's fiction because she was so young and can't remember exact details, but it very closely follows her real experience. If you like historical fiction, it's one of the best. So check it out. In the Shadow of the Banyan, Beatty Ratner. Hope you like it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Trixie, and I'm from the prom committee. At prom committee, we want to say that we appreciate and all your support and participation in the fundraiser. Without your support, it wouldn't be possible. And as leaders of AABN, we want to make sure that to acknowledge and hear all of your concerns and thoughts about our last events. Some students raised concern about that they think lose to win, in order to win, you have to pay for another house to lose, and it can be negative and be divisive to the school. And to say that we are all Sun Bears, and our goal is in our school is to create events and contests that promote good nature competitions and all in spirit of the school. Furthermore, for the lose to win, the money will go for prom and the middle school dance, so it's coming back to the students. And partially of the percentage we agree to split evenly with the house, 5% to the house, like I said. Yeah, like I said, we really value the student voice, and we encourage to, if you have any concern, to welcome to talk to us and share us about your worries. We are Austin Bears, and we are part of engaged, caring, and positive community. So let's go Austin Bear, and thank you for your support.
So hi, now I will announce the winning house of this week. So before that, can I have some chumgo? Can you guys make some chumgo for me? Okay. So the winning house this week is Dragon. And the second place is Lions. Third place is Phoenix, and last but not least is Salt. Okay. So I just say, despite which house you are in, I just want to say thank you for your participating and keep up the spirit, and let's go Dragon! Yay!
Hi guys, so we are from Miss Deepa Environmental Science class, and we want to share some really exciting projects that we did to you guys. So first of all, is the middle school students, they are thriving with their creativity by designing smart cities on Mars. So let's see how they do it.
Melania, can you explain what you are learning in your science class?
In our science class, we designed a city on Mars. Like if in the future we want to go up there, we already have the examples and everything to go already.
So what are the components you have learned?
I explored.
vehicles you will use on Mars. Did you learn about that?
Yes.
Okay. So can you give me some example?
If we go up there, at first we will need like a rocket or a spaceship, and then if we want to move around on Mars to explore new things, we could go by rovers.
Okay, great. So you guys have all those designs, huh? So we will see that in a minute. All right. Yes, Ricky, can you come here, please? Ricky, can you explain about the climate of Mars?
The summer, the daytime of Mars is 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. And how about the nighttime?
Nighttime is 110 degrees
Fahrenheit. Okay. So how about the temperature on the poles?
The pole is recorded, so the temperature there is negative 220 degrees
Fahrenheit. Okay. All right. So anything else you want to share with us?
No.
Okay. All right, Kevin. Kevin, come. All right, Kevin, what you will explain about
Sandstorm.
okay, you will explain about the sandstorm. All right. So
Sandstorm is medium seas, and the top speed is 60 miles per hour.
okay. All right. So is there any particular time the sandstorm comes, or it is during summertime?
Sandstorm usually comes in summer.
During summer and like any time, like in the morning or in afternoon or
Usually in the morning and
in morning hours? All right. Anything else you want to share? Would you explain why you have the design of your house in oval?
our house is curved because when the sandstorm is coming, so it works from the house away.
Okay. All right. Who is coming next? Loni? All right. So you will explain about?
I will explain about water.
Okay, about water. So if there is a water on planet Mars?
I think there was evidence.
There is evidence?
Yes.
There was water on Mars? Okay, so and where this water is located?
On the North Pole.
On the North Pole? Okay. And yes, Kerry? What do you would like to share with us?
I'd like to share with you about mountains on Mars.
Okay.
There's a lot of mountains on Mars, but they are inactive.
They are inactive. So these are like volcanic mountains, right? And they are inactive. Okay, is there any famous mountain over there?
Yes, the most well-known one is Olympus Mount.
Okay, Olympus Mount. And so what is the main feature of Olympus?
Olympus is the most largest volcanoes in the solar system.
Okay, it is the highest one, okay?
Compared to Mount Everest.
Okay, very good.
It is 3 times larger.
Okay, higher, yeah, 3 times higher than the Mount Everest. Mount Everest is very high, right? All right, can we all come together, please? All right, come together. Okay, so here we have Marsonaut. All right, Bob is Marsonaut here. Bob, what you will explain? You will explain about the atmosphere of Mars, right? Okay, so what are the gases in the Mars?
It is 96%
96% of what?
carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, which is a lot, right? 96% is a lot. And how about oxygen?
There's only 0.1% there is oxygen.
Okay, so do you think like I can come around in the city and go around? Can I go around?
Yes, you can, but you need a space.
I need a spacesuit the way you are wearing. Alright, but do I need any special equipment to breathe, or I can just go the way I am?
Yes, you need it because if you don't have it, you will die.
Oh, I will die.
Yeah.
So I cannot go outside and drink coffee and sit here with a chair, right? No, I cannot. Alright, so can you guys explain about your projects, please?
It's like you want to move around. There's like a car that doesn't need to like charge or anything. This one you just need to leave it in the sunlight, like the sun outside, And when the sun gets hotter, and then the car will work.
Okay, so these are the means of transport, right? I see, what is this? Tuan, you would like to explain? Okay, come in front. Can you move your bow? Okay, put on. So what is the purpose of this rover? What?
Rover is a automated.
It is automatic?
This one has 4 big wheels, meaning it can run over rock easily.
Okay, so there are lots of rocks on Mars?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a camera, to see where's the rover. This is another additional camera for color.
Okay, so this you will monitor this rover from your room, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you have a camera over there, so you can collect the data on Mars.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
This is a 2 antenna. These antennas are for connection to the base, where if there's no connection, meaning the rover will basically stop. So until somebody actually able to push the rover back to the maximum kilometer away from the base.
Okay. All right. So, how about I see these panels. Whose design is this? Your design. Okay. Vicky, come here. Can you explain more about your design, please? All right. Thank you. Well, thank you. Can you move to the side? Can you come here and explain more about your design? I see. What is this one?
It's a rocket.
It's a rocket. What is the purpose of rocket?
To move from Earth to Mars and come back.
All right. And how about this one? What is this?
It's a
It's a rover like you designed this one. This is a Tuan's rover like he designed for his project. All right. And how about this one?
This is the car that we need a solar panel to drive.
Okay. So this is an electric car. And I see some houses are big and some houses are small. Why it is like this?
Some houses for farming and activity that needs a lot of space, and other houses are parked to sleep, or a research lab, or a medical lab.
Okay. So which one will be the research lab? Where your research lab will be located here in these houses? Where you will put the research lab?
It's here.
Okay, in this one. All right. And then where you guys will sleep? We are sleeping for where you guys will sleep. If we are on Mars, from these housing, where you will sleep?
We sleep here.
You will sleep here. All right. And when you say farming, what kind of farming?
We will sow on Mars the soil are not rich enough to plant, so we will need soil from Earth and the seed too, because Mars is uninhabitable.
All right. So you mean like a greenhouse?
Yes.
Want to do like a greenhouse thing? All right. So I see. What are these? What are these ones?
The windmills.
These are windmill. What is the purpose of windmill?
It creates energy from winds,
Okay.
from the strong or
Okay. Okay. And how about this one? What are these?
solar panels.
These are so. What is the purpose of the solar panels?
Also made to get energy from the sun.
Okay. And then what do you do with that energy?
Maybe like we use the electric in our house.
For electricity in your house. All right. I see some models there also. All right. So these are the models from other groups. So they have designed. I see a lot of mountains here. I see a different design of a rover. Oh, this rover is attached here. Their buildings are not oval. Like their buildings are the way we have here on our planet, on Earth. And I see this one is their. What is this one? They said like this is
Rocket.
This is a rocket, but this will be an airport. That's what they said. This is from the different class. Here I see mountain, and they made their housing near the mountains. You see this one?
Yes, yes.
Very good. And then I see some models here also. I see some models here. In this model, I see a lot of panels, solar panel. I see a mountain here. Their rover design. I like their rover design also. See, very interesting design. All right. Even they have a label also. And well, on their land, on their design, I see two cars here. All right. Then another mountain here. Here I see like over design, right? Over design, and I see some windmills also. All right. Thank you all of you. Thank you. All right. Say bye bye. Say bye. Yes.
Especially the little astronaut guy. So let's move on. So you might wonder who made this model right in front of you. We'll move on to our high school students who also design a city, but it's based on a UN Global Goal number 11, which is to design an inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable city. Please welcome them.
So hello guys. So as Mia has just said, we're going to focus, our group is going to focus on about density. So before COVID-19, the share of urban population living in slums rose to 24% in 2018. Now this means that about 24% of the urban population living in slum, which is living in poverty. This means that we want to make our cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So here's another fact. About 47% of the population lives within 400 meters, which means that if you take 400 meters to any of the directions, you will cover 47% of the population. And that is really, really high population, because that means that our current cities, our current urban areas has taken a lot of high population density. Now in our model here, we are focusing on the COVID-19 situation. So here's a picture of our model. We've designed these models to make them resilient to the COVID-19 situation. As you can see, there's a lot of houses, but there's not a lot of buildings. And that's because, continue. And that's because over 90% of the COVID-19 cases are in urban areas. So we design our models so that there are more houses, but there are less buildings, because buildings are one of the things where if there's one people who will get contaminated with the COVID-19, then the whole building will have to be quarantined, and that is really not good. So we designed it to be more houses so that people can reduce the population density from high to middle density. And also we'll cover a lot of more things too. For example, how do we live in this sort of model? Please welcome the lifestyle team.
Thank you.
So, hi middle school, my name is Jenny and this is Anna. We are from environmental from Miss Diva class, and now I would like to share about the school and hospital buildings from our models. So first one, I would like to share about the hospital, which is the local here, and the biggest one is over here. So we want to provide enough materials for staff and patient, and also we would like to create more space and greenery atmosphere to do more activities for the patients. And right now there are about billions people still lack of water, drinking, and sanitation services. And to be more specific, there are about 2.2 billion people lack safely manage drink water and 4.2 billion lack of sanitation. And about the school, we want to provide enough equipment of modern facility, and we want to make more greenery space and open for students to do many activities outside. And also we would like to change the facility to meet our regulation in the future.
And we also add fire and police department into the city because they are essential to their community. For police, they have duty and mission to perform public action and detecting and investigating crime. They are keeping the city safe and make sure that everybody have the safety. Firefighter is no less important. They act as an important role in educating the people about fire and safety by teaching the people about how to act during an emergency. They are saving life. We specifically locate these two apartments in the center of the city so they can go everywhere on time. They have the reputation of being underfunded. I think that is the right thing to do because they have a very important role and they need to be equipped special equipment and have space and room for them to stay healthy and strong to performing their duty. Next up is the mobility group.
Hi, I'm Jessie, and this is Wally, Mia, and Kevin. We're representing the mobility team. Starting off with our goals is to reduce the CO2 level in the atmosphere and also to reduce the use of fossil fuel. Our first local low resource is walking and bicycling. Specifically for walking in the city, we created the underground tunnel at all the intersection for people to cross the road more safely.
So, in addition to that, only electric vehicles are allowed on the roads, except for buses and heavy-duty trucks are allowed to use fossil fuels.
So this is a maglev train right here. A maglev train is a train that runs on magnets. So these two magnets, they're facing the same way. So in theory, they should be like this. They will repel from each other. So the magnet trains will not use any fossil fuels. It will run on electricity, and because it has no wheels, it will also decrease the noise pollution in big population cities. This train also has some sidelines over here to keep the train running intact, to not fall over, to keep people inside safe and people outside too.
So the purpose of we bring that maglev train is we want to help people to travel in long distance and also consider about environmental costs. Besides building roads and public transportations, we also we also help with the plantations of the city, where we trying to maintain the green spaces like parks and tall trees in the city to make it sustainable and resilient. So next up is the resources group. We talk about how we use resources in our model.
Good morning, middle school. You all have heard about the city and the building, the road, and now I will talk about the countryside. So I'm from the resources group. So resources means that what will we use to run our city, and we have learned on biomass, wind energy, water, and food. So the first one is biomass. So biomass means we use something that belongs to the nature, and for our cities, we use plants to create the bioenergy for the industrial. As you see here, this is the green farm, and we plant trees in, and we use the tree to run the factory here. And the second thing is wind energy. So to reduce the environmental pollution, we make some windmills, and thanks to the windmill, we can reduce the usage of fossil source. And these windmills will supply the electricity for the whole city over here. And now, as you know that we cannot live more than 3 days without the water. So we also created a dam, and this dam we used to restore the water, and the water will supply for the city over here. And the last thing is food. Food is one of the most important supplies for the human. And the food must be healthy, economical, and economical means that has to be affordable for everyone. So we have a market over here, and this market will supply the food for people, and the food in here is very healthy and affordable for everyone. Thank you guys. Happy Friday.
So that is the conclude of our project presentations. And we also would like to thank you guys for listening, and a special thanks to our head of the school, Mr. Nick Swenson, who shared his experience and his expertise to help us to finish this project. And happy Friday, you guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Oh.